This is All India Radio. Whispers of the Wind. All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar presents science serial Whispers of the Wind, based on understanding and managing climate change and global warming. Let's listen to episode number 28, titled Global Warming and Life at Stake.
Uma,
Yes?
tea is very good.
Oh, really?
Is this the pleasure of beginning of my novel? Or you are just practicing today as your associate Dr. Sarika and Dr. Sophia are coming?
Well, my dear husband, for your kind information, I did not make the tea.
Huh?
Yes, Manisha has made it.
Oh.
And as far as I'm concerned, I don't have time from cooking and washing utensils. How would I read or know your novel?
What an irony.
Huh?
I write for you all and you don't show interest in my novels? And critics flaunt in the name of Hindi and society.
Then, if you had taken science along with Hindi, everything would have been based on experiments of logic and science.
Hey, Uma, you are a wildlife scientist and have always been associated with science.
So?
Science or literature, the people are from the same society. Now, if the vision of the society will be correct, then every area of research will be in a right direction.
You are smart enough to manipulate every achievement of human being as a gift of the society or the distortions of the society.
Man.
But dear husband, I will have to appreciate your ability to deny all the evidence of the age of science.
Hey. I'm appreciating your science knowledge as well, huh? To fulfill our dreams, we have exploited our earth. Now the earth has become the enemy of human civilization.
Well, now I agree with you on this topic.
Thank you, dear.
But science is not the only one at fault.
Huh?
Yes, main culprit is the greedy nature of humans.
Oh, yeah.
And for this, the literary people like you should have worked on.
We had to work. Uma, we have to show everything the way we see them and tell the story of human being and the society. Actually, we show mirror to the society. Looks like your friends Dr. Sophia and Dr. Sarika have come.
Oh, I'll go and open the door.
No, Dr. Uma. I would open the door for them. You please sit. Namaskar, Sophia ji.
Namaskar, Kishan ji. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Namaskar, Sarika.
Namaskar.
We were just waiting for both of you.
Oh, really?
Come in.
Come on, Sophia ji.
Hello, Uma.
You both are on time today.
We had to be.
Last time you were supposed to come in the morning and we met at dinner.
Actually, Umaji, last time it was just a casual meeting. But this time we have come for a purpose. So we have to come on time, right?
Right.
Okay, you guys start up your important work. I will get you all some coffee, huh?
Oh, that's wonderful.
Well, Kishanji, you make very good coffee, let me tell you that.
Okay, thank you. I'll get it.
And Uma, last time he even cooked for us. You remember?
Yeah.
It seems there's not much to do at the university, is it?
Oh,
Well, Dr. Sophia, I'm just enjoying my work.
Great. Hey, well, that's good, Dr. Kishan. You enjoy your work. We are very happy for you.
so, Sophia ji, what's the important work?
Dr. Uma, actually one of my students' paper is being published in the International Environment Journal. So I just wanted to show you once.
Oh, wow, congratulations. Its impact factor is 4.
Yes.
Well, now, what is this impact factor?
Oh, so you are listening everything, huh?
Of course, Dr. Sarika.
Dr. Kishan, you know that the more the impact factor, the more effective the journal is? And the better your research paper is considered, your work is acknowledged in the scientific society too.
Oh, just had to hear it, Dr. Sophia. Okay, now also tell me, what are the chances of the research paper to be genuine or non-manipulative if it is published in a journal of impact factor more than 2? And there would be some possibility of a good research paper will be published in a journal with a very low impact factor.
Yes, it can be. Absolutely.
See, from this morning, his literature is raising questions on every investigation conducted by the brain science.
Really?
Ma,
The quarrel of art and science is so old. By the way, Dr. Sophia, what is the subject of the paper?
Evidences of global warming.
Evidences of global warming.
Yes.
Now you should speak, my dear Dr. Kishan.
here is the coffee and the subject is of my interest.
Oh, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Dr. Sophia,
Ji?
are we getting some real evidence? Or are we still bringing evidence from such places so that we can justify our concept?
See how much bigger accusations have been put on our scientific work, Dr. Sophia.
Dr. Kishan, now the evidences are proving the old assessments.
I'll
tell you. Dr. Kishan, now because of global warming, you are aware that the problem of greenhouse gases in the environment is increasing, and due to which the temperature of the earth is rising, which is resulting in climate change and rise in the sea level.
Yes, I know that. There is a crisis on biodiversity. There must be a change in the crop circle as the cycle of rain is changing.
Right.
Even then, what is the biggest evidence of crisis in front of us today?
Well, Dr. Kishan, the humanitarian activities are responsible for global warming. You know, we have lost a mammalian organism, Melomis, because of this.
Melomis? I have never heard of this. And how did it end with our activities?
Dr. Sahab, a species of rat that is called Melomis, which were found in a small island brimble in Australia's Great Barrier Reef. And due to human activities, it is now the first mammal to get extinct from the earth.
Yes.
It must have been hidden in a burrow.
Exactly, that's what happened. Due to rise in sea level, water entered the burrows of Melonis, destroying its habitat.
Yes. And Dr. Kishan, you know, people used to get idea of the amount of rainfall by the height of the burrows made by these rats. But now, its residence and the reproduction area is all over.
Oh, the threat is really on a high.
Yes.
Of course. Now let's see Dr. Sophia's paper. We can keep our discussion going, what say?
Okay, Dr. Uma. First of all, we researched around the coastal areas. Dr. Kishan, do you know that coastal areas are those areas where land and sea meet and are unique because they are also affected by land, ocean, and even the atmosphere?
Dr. Sophia.
Well said, ma'am. They provide a wide variety of natural scenes spread over a very large area. And with them, the large clusters of animals and plants provide a great variety of natural habitats. These coastal habitats support many species of plants and animals. The interaction of terrestrial, marine, and atmospheric factors make these natural habitats an important ecosystem.
Polar frost bites continue to melt due to global warming.
Okay.
Because the temperature of the poles is increasing at a rate higher than the global average. When the amount of snow and frozen ice melting is greater than the snowfall, then ice shield, ice sheet, glacier, and sea ice begin to shrink.
True.
Absolutely right, ma'am. Other than that, polar frostbites also have high albedo, that is, extreme whiteness, which means they reflect most of the sun's light on its surface. It plays an important role in maintaining the temperature of the earth. Also, when more and more ice is melted to water, then there is a decrease in whiteness and more sun rays are absorbed. This makes the heating process faster, right?
But Sarika, the study in this paper is also important, as the warm temperature is also making huge moulins at the time, which leads the water from the top of glaciers to the bottom.
Uma, what are these moulins?
I'll explain. These are small tubes made of surface water over the ice, which let the ice melt while flowing, and these structures increase the speed of glaciers.
Oh,
The snow melts more and the glacier flows further towards the sea.
okay.
And as the big ice piece is broken, it starts floating in the ocean as iceberg.
Yes. Uma, shrinking the ice cover of the Arctic has a negative effect on the polar bear. Sea ice serves as a hunt ground for these savvy animals, where they look for seals, which are the main sources of their diet.
True.
Sea ice is moving away from the ground, and due to this, these birds need to swim for a long distance in stormy water, and they face extremely difficult situation to reach the ice.
Yes. Now look in Canada's Hurricane Bay, where the ice-free period has increased 20 days in the last 20 years. During spring, the snow melts quickly, and due to this, the time of special weather of polar bear hunting has come down, especially because seal children are born in this season.
So, Sarika, it seems you read that full inscription.
Yes.
Well, you are the co-author. What is it that in the next few decades, due to the rising sea of Shishmaref, a small village in Alaska, there is a possibility of it getting completely submerged? Did you find some data on this?
Yes, Dr. Uma. Drinking water in this village has already been contaminated with seawater.
Oh, the source of sweet water has become corrupted due to sea level rise. Then the possibility of life here seems to be ending, isn't it?
What is the status of Greenland? I read a lot about it.
Well, Dr. Kishan, let me tell you. In Greenland, the ice is melting rapidly. The annual rate of loss of ice between 1993 and 2003 was 50 to 100 billion tons, and now it has increased further.
Yes, Sarika. Greenland's seasonal melting rate of ice is being observed by satellite from 1979.
Yes.
On September 4th, 2012, the scarcity of ice in the Arctic Sea was reduced to 34.1 million square kilometers, which was 50% lower than the average of 1979 to 2000. Experts believe that the rate of decline of sea ice is on the rise, and it is beyond the forecast made 10 years ago.
Sophia ji, now take this. In the year 2002, the ice fragments located in the eastern shores of the Antarctic Peninsula were separated from the continent of 500 billion tons of snow from the northern part of Larsen B ice shelf, which got demolished completely. Small icebergs were dispersed and completely disintegrated within a month.
Yes, Umaji. Larsen A ice shelf, which was 2/3 of Larsen B, was stacked in 1995. In the last 5 years, Larsen B ice shelf has lost 5,700 square kilometers, and 40% of the minimum stable expansion is now left. In the last 50 years, 80% of Antarctic glaciers have shrunk like other glaciers in the world.
Now, it is not that the figures have been submitted recently. One of our support groups found that in Antarctica, a small fish krill population has fallen almost 80% since 1970. Perhaps an increase of 2.5 degrees centigrade in temperature from this region in 1950 has been responsible for this decline.
Okay.
The source of food for many organic organisms is krill, many of which are professionally important. And as a result of this, fisheries have been affected because the Southern Ocean is valuable resource for fisheries.
Yes.
Okay, doctors, just tell me, whatever is happening, is carbon dioxide only responsible for it?
Well, there are many factors and there are many greenhouse gases. But the amount of carbon dioxide is increasing due to the burning of fossil fuels present in the environment. And this carbon dioxide is being absorbed by the sea, because of which the sea becomes more acidic. The increase in the amount of carbonates in sea life increases the amount of acid in the sea. It also affects the formation of shell of marine creatures and making skeletons.
Yes.
You see, increase in acid dissolves the shells and skeletons.
Well said, Uma. Now look, Australia's Great Barrier Reef is the world's largest biological structure. It's a very big ecosystem in which more than 1,500 fishes, more than 400 species of corals are found.
Yes.
In the last 50 years, it has decreased by 50%. Since 1990, this new area has decreased by 14%.
Really?
Yes, and one of the main reasons for this is acidification. During the year 1980 and 1997, 370 incidents of bleaching of the corals have occurred. There have been 3,700 such cases from 1998 to 2010.
What? We are telling you so many facts. Give them some place in your literature.
I will write, Uma, I will write. But let me collect some more solid facts.
Okay, Kishanji, here are some more facts. Now, if the carbon dioxide is increasing in the environment, its direct effect is on the nutritional value of plants.
True.
If the carbon dioxide is high, then nitrogen is less absorbed in the leaves, due to which the organisms depending on them, like koala, panda, etc., would not get proper nourishment, and then gradually the species would end.
Oh no.
Now take the farm for example. All the crops, trees, fruits and flowers in the whole world flourish according to the conditions of the climate and the land in that area. Therefore, we get different tastes in every season, from different fruits, different vegetables, grains, etc. Now, if the climate change continues, then there is a great fall in crop yields too.
Well explained, Umaji.
Thank you.
Well, if the average temperature continues to increase in India, it will have the worst effect on India's food security and water resources. You see, the rain cycle is changing due to hot soil, which also affects the crop cycle. Most of the world is based on farming season. And if we talk about India, about 60% of farming in India is dependent on rainfall.
Very true, Dr. Sarika. We have assessed that in the year 2009, the lack of monsoon has reduced food production by about 20%.
Oh.
In 2009, a widespread drought and fierce flood continued drying up the dropping crops. The demand for crops like pulses, oilseeds, sugar, onion, and potato was not being fulfilled, due to which the prices have touched the sky.
Oh, you mean to say the farmers also suffer and people who consume expensive pulses, vegetables also suffer?
Of course.
Also, Kishan, due to lack of farm-centric agricultural marketing, the inflation of food items and rural poverty is also at a high. The present government is changing this system and trying to bring the market directly in the hands of farmers.
Yes, and one more thing.
What's that, Dr. Sarika?
That is, the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, which is also known as FAO, has calculated that at this time, the number of poor in the world who sleep hungry has reached more than 100 million.
Oh.
Yes, and this is the biggest cause of hunger. Prices of main food like wheat, rice and pulses has increased. Above all this, the threat of climate change is on the rise and productivity of agriculture is declining. Therefore, ensuring food security has become a big challenge for us now.
Dr. Sarika, I had read that the Indian Council of Agriculture Research has prepared a report based on the study of its network projects.
Yes.
the impact of climate change on global scale in this report will be reviewed on what will happen to the country's agriculture.
Exactly.
It was revealed by the collective efforts of around 15 institutions that if new technologies were not utilized, then only 1 degree centigrade increase in temperature would lead to the possibility of a shortfall of 60 lakh tons in wheat production.
You're right, Dr. Kishan. And if the estimation of this financial loss at the present value of wheat is done, then the loss of $1.5 billion, that is approximately 7,500 crores of rupees, will occur each year.
Yes.
And this type of loss is estimated in other crops. And in this way, the total income of farmers in India can be more than $20 billion in loss. That is about 100 trillion rupees, and loss around 1 lakh crores, which will not be easy to bear.
Of course.
Sophia ji, ICAR scientist Dr. P.K. Agarwal says that due to climate change, shortage of 39 million tons in wheat production can be seen in next 10 years. Scientists say that it's necessary to set up early varieties of wheat now. But after the harvesting of paddy in the Ganges area, the fields are not available immediately for wheat. Agricultural scientists say that unless new technologies are developed and farmers don't adopt them on a large scale, it's difficult to deal with global warming.
Yes, Umaji. Studies conducted by agricultural scientists have revealed that the impact of climate change on paddy, which will occur during the Kharif season, will have a big impact. Paddy production will decline 6.7% by 2020 and 15.1% by 2050. And by the end of the century, the paddy production will fall nearly by 28%.
That's not all, Sarika. If the average temperature is increased by 1 to 4 degrees Celsius, then 5 to 40% of potato and 11 to 36% of soya bean production will decrease.
Yes.
We think that global warming can feed the country, where lakhs of people are already starving?
Wait a minute. That means no pakoras?
Obviously.
So, Dr. Kishan, we have already started feeling the heat. And also, a glimpse of what is going to happen next. With melting temperatures, the melting of the North Poles gets mixed with ice. Glaciers of the Himalayas are slipping backwards at the speed of 15 meters per year since the early 1970s. It is estimated that in the second half of the 20th century, not more than 1,700 species of plants, beasts, and insects have been affected every year, and their migration rate has been measured.
Oh.
The monsoon is changing its way. It is not visible in Maharashtra and Gujarat, but the floods in Barmer in Rajasthan and drought in the northeastern regions are clearly visible.
Well, Dr. Sarika, I think we are now stuck in a vicious cycle.
Yes.
You know, I was just reading yesterday that even if 30% reduction in emissions of carbon dioxide has been cut, then the ratio of poor in the world will increase by 17.5%.
Definitely.
The truth is that the use of fossil fuels, coal, kerosene, natural gas, gasoline, etc., in the homes, offices, cars, planes, and industries continues to exploit the future of mankind is in crisis.
Yes.
That's why scientists and economists will have to find ways to reduce the emissions of gases at an ever-increasing rate for many years.
Now look at the rise in temperature in Holland. Butterflies, caterpillars came a month early. Now till the time the eggs of black tern's birds were broken and chicken came out of it, there were no caterpillars for them to feed on. They had already become butterflies. This has led to extinction of black terns in Holland.
Uma, I can see the hard work of you people and that the responsibility of protecting the earth is not just yours. We are equally responsible.
Yes.
And I would write on the global warming and life at stake in my next novel.
Oh, wow. So you would mention the hard work of scientists in your novel?
Doctors, it seems that you three would make me a science fiction writer, huh?
Why not?
Whispers of the Wind. You were listening to the 28th episode of this science serial produced by All India Radio in collaboration with Vigyan-Prasar, titled Global Warming and Life at Stake. This episode was written by Dr. Anurag Sharma, transcription Neha Tripathi. Coordinators were Dr. Nakul Parashar and Dr. Birendra Kumar Tyagi. This episode was directed by Sudarshan Kumar, presented by Dilip Jha and assisted by Arvind Sharma. Participants were Nikhil Diwan, Mamta Malkani, Veena Hora and Megha Sharma. Hey listeners, please stay with us. Here are 2 questions for you. The lucky winners will get attractive prizes from Vigyan-Prasar. The first question is, what's Mollins? And the second question is, how high carbon dioxide affects the leaves of plants and trees? You can send your answer by simple post. Our address is Science Serial Whispers of the Wind, Director Vigyan-Prasar, A50 Institutional Area, Sector 62, Noida 201309. You can also write on our email ID radio@vigyanprasar.gov.in. Please do write or mail us your full name, age and profession. If associated with Science Club, do let us know the membership of your club. If you have any query or question, do not hesitate to write to us. We will be back again with the next episode of this science serial, Whispers of the Wind, same day, same time next week. Till then, goodbye.